Hello, this is Dead Hamster. Today we're going to take a look at build 0.99. Very slight updates. The only thing that was fixed was the position of the course pads and the objects. So there are still some pretty serious graphic glitches that are preventing it from rendering properly. But you will be able to navigate the course as AI, and the course pads are properly aligned for laps and everything else as well. So you can see the trees are in proper locations on the hillside there as well. No reverse signals as we navigate through the course. Everything is positioned properly, aligned properly. And to showcase that, what I'm actually going to do is activate a cheat code that'll turn on the AI for Bowser, and I'm going to let him run the course for me. So, they're definitely sloppy. They always are in all courses, but the rubber banding and the speed changes that they get are going to make them keep up with the player regardless, so I'm not worried about that. So, with some difficulty in some of these tight passages, and with a lot of difficulty exiting this jump, you can see that they do navigate the course. Much better coming out the second time. Get stuck, and this is a piece of the level I'll definitely have to edit. The hill there is far too steep. Sometimes they're able to get out if they're at the right angle, but if they get stuck, they do get stuck. That wouldn't always happen in Grand Prix mode, because once you get past a certain distance, the AI just sort of phase through the level and follow the paths. But now there was one other thing I also was hoping to showcase. If the player were to try to hop across this section to go from, oh, I'm actually staying up here much longer than I thought. When it places them back, it places them inside of the cave. So this is definitely a shortcut area. If you were over here, oh, one moment. Oh, this isn't out of bounds? Interesting. That's out of bounds. So if you were over here, instead of going into the cave, you could take a left, jump over this fence with some good timing or just perseverance. And even if you didn't hop across that moat, which is also possible, it's going to throw you into the cave here. So to get around that, I'm probably going to have to put that whole hillside out of bounds so that the player can't get over there in the first place. That bridge is going to be something too. That's going to be a real challenge for a lot of people to get across. But yeah, so very small differences here for build 0.99, but a couple fixes that make the course a little bit more professional and better put together. And of course, those fixes are important going forward for any other custom courses. So again, I was not able to figure out what was going on with the graphic glitches yet. It seems like some of the objects aren't rendering properly where the vertices are getting corrupted. Not exactly sure what the cause for that is. I'll have to look into the size of the data that's getting packed and make sure that it's all getting written to the ROM. I know that that was something that I ran into, and I'm just remembering this now as I talk, with the very first course, the demo course, Mario's Secret Raceway. That was one of the reasons I had a lot of corrupted displays, was because I didn't properly set the size that the unpacked data was. So maybe that's something for me to double check. But again, just some things I'll have to look through. Haven't quite figured it out yet. When I do extract the FedEx code that creates the geometry, it all compiles fine in a 3D editor. So again, that does suggest that it's not an issue with the code itself. It's an issue with the data that is loaded into RAM, and however it's being unpacked. So hopefully build 9.10 will have some fixes for those graphical glitches, but until then I wanted to showcase that I was able to get the course paths and the items at the proper location, and that does fix all the the issues with the pathfinding, the out of bounds dropping you in random spots, and Lakitu telling you you're going backwards when you're not. All certainly things that we would want to be done properly for courses. So thank you for watching. As always, really appreciate it. If you want to be kept up to date as new content is put out for Overkart 64 and Mario Kart 64 modding, please go ahead and click the subscribe link. I do put out videos pretty regularly, and it's a good way to keep up to date on new modding news for Mario Kart 64. Thank you guys all so much for your interest. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.